just going to record a short drive with FSD enabled, going to my house, and it's about a 3-mile trip. It shouldn't be anything exciting, but I'm going to use FSD exiting the parking lot, and on the way home I'm using hardware 3 here on a Model 3. Just kind of observing how it exits the parking lot. I know a lot of people make a big deal about that, saying Tesla can't do it, or that, you know, it's constantly searching and looking for a way out. But while I'll say it doesn't always take the way personally I would choose, I think most of the time I can at least somewhat understand its logic of the way that it's looking and the way that it gets you there, or gets you to an exit. Just wish it would slow down a little more for speed bumps, but that's not a hardware 3 thing yet. So anyway, it is looks like here it came to the correct exit. It's going to come up here and exit to the right, which is the correct way. It puts me on the street to go home. I live here in Gilbert, Arizona. That's where my videos are made, mostly on the streets here in this area. It's where most of my driving takes place. Occasionally I'm on the freeway. I may do some videos about that, but mostly it's here on the city streets. I do plan to make some videos very soon through construction zones. I have one posted that includes some construction zone traffic, where the hardware 3 handled the orange cones and single lane traffic, handled that really well. I also, in that same video, I believe I started the FSD trip from my garage, where I had to exit between 2 other vehicles, in one in the driveway and then one that was parked in the garage, and handled that well also. I'm kind of a new student to Tesla and the FSD. I bought this car about 2 months ago, and just it has the FSD for life package with this hardware 3. I'm really overall impressed with the functionality and capabilities of the car. I know some people that I see online, they mention hardware 3 is not good enough, or they don't like it, they don't think you should use it, or they don't use it. But to me it does. I don't know if I could put a percentage on it, but I mean, to me I use it almost exclusively, and there are some times when I do have to take over, but vast majority of the time I let the car handle the situations. I do drive it in chill mode for both the power side and for the self-driving mode. I would consider myself a little more conservative driver these days, and those settings seem to work really well for me. hear from a lot of people, they believe the full self-driving, or maybe it's just an opinion, but you know, they're afraid that, you know, it will allow them, or maybe they would lose their ability to drive as they're older and using full self-driving. But with these systems, you still have to pay very close attention. If you're looking down or away, the car's going to alert you and tell you that you have to pay attention by the camera here that's watching you. So it's not that you're actually completely disengaged from driving. I mean, I'm still alert as if I was holding the wheel or using the pedals, and ready to take over at any time. But it does reduce my overall, I would say, stress or fatigue from driving, especially in traffic. And as I use it more, it just builds more and more confidence with me, where I'm more comfortable letting the car handle, you know, heavy traffic situations, even the construction zones a little bit more. So like I said, just overall it reduces my fatigue and makes driving just a little bit more pleasurable experience for me. And that, of course, isn't the same for everybody. Some people just have no interest in self-driving, and I get that. I was always in that camp up until, you know, I would say the last 6 months, where I became more and more interested in the full self-driving. And once I made the commitment to get a Tesla, that was one of the things that sold me on that, was the self-driving. I've used or tried, test drove a few other car manufacturers and their, you know, their cruise systems. I was hoping that might be enough, maybe to, you know, to satisfy my needs, but it just never was what I had hoped. And then after driving the first time I drove an FSD car, it was the new 2026 Model Y for a test drive with the hardware 4, and I was just blown away. It was very, very impressive. And from there, I kind of decided, okay, I want to have a car with FSD. So I just started looking at Teslas, and I wasn't ready to commit to something new enough anyway, or spend enough money to get a hardware 4 car. So I did test drive a few hardware 3 vehicles. I test drove the S, the X, the Y, and this Model 3, all with hardware 3. And, you know, I just, in enough test drives, I determined that, hey, I feel like I can work with this, and that it will, you know, handle the situations I really am looking for. So I went ahead with the purchase of this Model 3 a couple of months ago. And like I said, overall I really like the hardware 3, the way that it handles FSD. It's not hardware 4, but it's still very good. And it's exceeded my expectations overall. And I think a key also is just keeping my expectations with, you know, realistic, because it's definitely not a perfect system. I don't believe that hardware 4 is a perfect system either, even though it's very, very good. You know, it's just really nice though to be able to handle a lot of the situations that it does. And I use it a little bit too as just a way for me to learn new things. I like technology. I like trying to, you know, learn how the system is working and such. Alright, so now just arriving home here, it's not gonna park. It has parked me in my garage, or not in the garage, but it has parked in the driveway before. But it's not gonna do that coming from that direction, usually. So I'm just gonna pull it into the garage for now and stop it. Anyway, hopefully something I say or show can be helpful to somebody, or if you're on the fence about maybe buying a car or even a hardware 3 car with FSD, Hopefully I can give you some useful information. Thank you.